Be nice if I unmuted. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome, one and all, to the stream. The Hate Pro Scrims, another night, another set of games to bring to all of you. If you're tuning in on Twitch, if you're tuning in on YouTube, thank you very much for being here. It's appreciated. Out of all the streams you could, in some way pop into, you choose mine. It's much appreciated. But either way, it isn't about me though at the end of the day. It's about the amazing teams that are going to be participating in today's scrims. And I have to say, we have a pretty damn stacked lobby, if I do say so myself. We have the one and only Natus Vincere, NAVI, the winners of the, I believe, the just gone Alcatel Season 3 CIS tournament, as far as I'm aware. They just won that yesterday with 12-18 second and Alliance third, as far as I know. So congratulations to them. Unicorns of Love for Romanian Men. New Era. Fazer Clan, Team Unique, Team Warlords, NGG, Rüya Esports, Respect Esports, Dark Esports, Team NOCHA, 1337 team. Beyaz, is it this? I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I'm just saying it as I see it, so I apologize if I've butchered your team name, guys. Never seen them before, so I'm curious who they are and how they play. World of Wonders, Wildcats, finally good to see. I don't know if they're fast play Wildcats. I kind of presume they are. But either way, it's good to see the Wildcats back in action. Haven't been able to cast them since the not just gone, but the EMEA League last year. You have, and last but not least, Too Easy are your last team. So we have 4 games. I'm holding up 3 fingers, but there you go. We have 4 games for you guys. Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, and Erangel. So it's kind of so sorry, it's not Alcatel, it's Altel Season 3. There you go. Thank you very much for anybody mentioning that. I forgot how to pronounce it. So yeah, 4 fantastic games for you guys. It's going to get pretty damn good. Just kind of having a look, with regards to the one, actually, yeah, the roster that the team that I'm probably most looking forward to seeing in today's games is actually the Wildcats, because it's been so long since I've seen them play that what is their roster like, right? Who they change up, who they brought in, who have they taken out in that regard. So we'll have to wait and see. Oh baby, we're going to be getting into this first game of the day fairly soon. Hey, don't hesitate to subscribe to me if you're watching over on YouTube. If you like what you see, don't hesitate to give me a follow over on Twitch. If you also like what you see, feel free to share the stream if you are enjoying the broadcast throughout the 4 games. It wouldn't hurt in that regard. And as we get ready to load into game 1, or we have loaded into game 1 as the timer ticks down to get into the first map of the day, it's going to be pretty damn good. Let me just turn this music down. Let's switch on over to the in-game transition. Let's get this show on the road. I also have to turn the game volume up. And now we are ready to go. We are ready to rock. Ready to roll. Playing path is pretty heavily on the east. So it's not going to be the best for the likes of Unicorns of Love, who like to drop around Gaka. They might maybe stop. Actually, where they could go is they could go to Military Island, grab a couple of eagles, because I've seen them do that before. Rock across the Western Bridge and go to Gaka. But the one thing that I fear for them is that 4 Romanian men normally like to go around this compound here. So dropping a military island is going to be risky in itself. NAVI will opt to most likely go around the north of the river, grab a couple of vehicles, and go to North George if that's what they're looking to do. Oh man, World of Wonder is going to go to Yasnaya, which is their standard drop spot. Unique only starting as a 3-man team. Frozen Mind and Milky Way, they're going to go to Lipovka, which is pretty good. Fast by Wildcats going to go towards Milton Power. And is there no Warlords, or are they changing up a drop spot? I'm interested to see what happens there. Unicorns will have gone for a 2-2 split either side of Pachinki, and that is interesting to say the least. We see Rüya. You're going to be dropping around Farm, Fast Pay Wildcats, and the side of NGG both going to Milton. Now, I've seen NGG fight in Milton in the past, and they've come out pretty successfully, so I'm interested to see how they're going to work against this Fast Pay Wildcats side. Have started off in a good light as Itachi has gotten a first early kill, going to chuck up a pre-grenade as he's on his own. AKM in his hands, he's going to stay inside that house for the time being. Skenzy should definitely wait for his teammate to come along and then push in on a 2v1, just kind of trade that knock. It'd be much more beneficial. However, the time it's taking for them to make that push, you can see that Hiske, Ben, and Banger are making their way forward to try and support Itachi. So I definitely think it's a little bit of a mistake at the hands of Fast by Wildcats in terms of how quickly they're responding. It's left Skenzy on his own inside the house, and he will have heard the footsteps of the members of NGG as they push on forward. Rapido yet to get revived up. It's going to be a second knockdown on this Skenzy. And as said, you know, it doesn't matter if it's early, mid, or late game. If you're in a bit of an engagement and you take too long to make a decision, you're giving time to your opponents. And that's exactly what Fast Bay Wildcats gave to NGG. Yeah, okay, the revive came on through to Rapido, but at what cost? To confirm kill, all 4 members of NGG now have you somewhat surrounded. Bava, who's a fantastic player, could definitely provide those off-angle shots on the NGG, but I think Ben is aware of that, and he's kind of trying to suppress Bava as much as possible in that area. I'm going to kick on over to this fight between Fazer Clan and New Era. Fazer Clan seem to have won the majority of this fight for now. 1 kill onto Wham 7. And now with the vehicle moving on forward, Susie comes in to get that knockdown. And that's going to be Galchinov being taken out. UBL is going to be left on his own. Susie did get countered somewhat, but with now Juzu and Koze, who is, I think, just subbing in for this first game for Fazer Clan. It's going to be difficult, and I'd recommend UBL just to kind of disengage out there. Now, tracking on over, Rüya could be looking to join in for a bit of a third party off the back of their farm drop spot. Galchinov being confirmed up on the side, not in our kill feed, to make a couple of early kills for the side of Fazer Clan, despite them losing 1 player. Yeah, Rüya could definitely somewhat third party this. It seems like Rip God is trying to do something from that angle just to get a little bit of information. Do I call him Rip God or just Rip? I'm gonna call him Rip. I'm gonna call him Rip. Person. Bit of stalemate between these two teams. Now, I didn't get to talk about this phase 1 circle. It's very, very central. Very central indeed. So it gives a lot of space for teams to go near where they want to go. You know, pretty much perk themselves between Potato Hill. You have the compound outside Headshot Hills. You have lots of strong areas inside this phase 1 circle. Too easy. Gonna take a fight against one team inside Milton Power. That is the one and only Team 19, which is you have. I haven't really seen them play, so I'm kind of curious to see how they come out in these scrims. Dore, Rude, and oh god. Lost 1 player, Vench. Then Too Easy do seem to have them surrounded in this area. They lost outro, so it's going to be 3v3 for Romanian Men. Now, moving from the compound that they did loot up, which is why I guessed Unicorns of Love didn't go for a military island drop and then reposition. Seems like the side of Beyaz, Isaac, Diz, who has Grok, Roz, X, and Wesley. Again, I've never heard these players, to be perfectly honest, but then again, that's the good thing about these scrims, is that you do come across players and teams that you might not always be familiar with. You know, I like to think I'm pretty confident and confident of my knowledge of most players and teams, but then again, when you're talking about Turkey and EU, the talent is so vast that, you know, outside, you know, there's always going to be players that I need to learn about, and that's part of the reason why I do these scrims. It's for my benefit as well as for hopefully your entertainment. Seems like 4 Romanian Men went for an early rotate and kind of got punished for. I think it was one of the respec players that caught them out in that sense. It's fight between NGG and Fastpace, still a little bit of a stalemate to say the least. And you got to think, are both teams hurting themselves by not moving, not engaging? Yeah, they are, because the longer they leave it, the harder it is going to be to secure a pretty strong position inside this Phase 1 circle. Yeah, it is quite central on Phase 1, but we all know Phase 2, Phase 3, Phase 4, any of those 3 circles can really shift in a harsh way, and you can, you know, you can be late to the party on Phase 1, and that can be a snowball effect to your game and how you move into Phase 2, 3, and 4. So something that teams have to be aware of. Dark Esports have gone for a bit of a 2-2 split between the hills and the compound just beside where two of their players are. And it's great to be a 2-2 split in that area. However, I think the two players out in the open aren't really able to do that much in terms of gathering information. I would much prefer to see those two players on Headshot Hill's side more so than Pachinki side. So we'll have to wait and see. Rüya did move from farm instead of trying to third party to find a military. They actually moved very early on into Potato Hill, and we all know how hard it can be to hold on to Potato Hill. It's one of those areas that you really have to know where teams are rotating around you as early as possible. If you don't, you can get caught out. Plus, even then, you really have to join up at the right time as a full squad. The reaction times needed for Pachinki Potato Hill control is very high. Right now, you can see they have a little bit of a you know, a bird spread, right? A bird wing spread across Potato Hill. It's not bad, but it could be a bit risky of a 1-1 split. Now, see, Unicorns of Love 2-2 split is very solid. Very solid indeed. Now, I'm going to put it over because this fight has indeed broken out between the Wildcats and NGG. Unfortunately, it's gone against the side of Wildcats. It is just Rapido that's left standing. Tab was confirmed on. Baba across the way was knocked down, and now it's going to be a 4-man push. And he didn't get a shot off. Barely a bullet sprayed out of that Uzi that he held onto. And NGG just absolutely wrecking and violating the side of Fast by Wildcats in the early part of this game. Man. Good start for NGG in this Milta game, but they do need to somewhat move to start gathering information. What they don't know and what I know is that there's a really solid rotation in line by sticking to the main road and ending up around the Pachinki Hill area or to the east of Pachinki Hill. That would be a really good spot to hold on to. Of course, you can see Fazer Clan holds on to the south of Pachinki compound. Not compound, but open high ground. It's great value in terms of information both sides of the spectrum to where they are. NAVI have moved early on away, leaving Kitsune, of course, we know, is Adair in North George. And Phase 2 does stay to the west. That's going to force a lot more teams who are either east of the circle or outside the circle on the east into a couple of tricky rotations, despite it being only Phase 2. Gatka Hospital, southwest of Gatka Hills, all in line for this Phase 2. And you can see the teams are instantly responding. I worry about Ked. Get in that vehicle and join up with the rest of your side. 2 other members of Unicorns Love now started moving in between. So as a full squad, they've spread their wings and started moving forward. 1337 staying in Watertown. Algon getting a bit of information right off the bat. Too easy. They're going to get not completely finished off. It's Furia that's left standing, still inside the blue of Phase 2. Also have Graham, who seems to be subbing in from Karabakh Horses. It's not looking too good for Too Easy, to be fair. You could say it's not looking too easy for them. Oh my lord, I'm so funny. Dark Esports being put under pressure. 1337 trading knocks with them, and then you can see Warlords, on my perspective, they might be looking to third party this fight. But let's see what's going down. I thought it was just one squad, but because both of them are similar shades of silver, it didn't quite catch my attention straight away. Alone, come on in. El Chapo, formerly of Snake Squad, playing for 1337. I don't know if this is interesting, but either way, Warlords have come in. They have started third party this fight. Dark is going to be left on his own as far as I know, because there's even a little, no, not quite, there's also Sexy further back. He's full sent it in onto Watertown. A desperate move, but at the end of the day, it had to be done. Lovely capitalization by Warlords in the Phase 2 fight by catching out a couple of the Dark Esports players, and you know, right place, right time, but at the end of the day, they made it work. It's only 2 kills, but it's good control on the headshot hills, as NAVI did rotate down towards the southeastern side of Everest. It's a really good space to hold on to for this Phase 2. Keeping 1 player or 2 players even kind of further out back away from that compound could be pretty good. El Chapo's knocked down at the hands of... Sorry, not El Chapo's knocked down, but El Chapo did knock down one of the players of Dark Esports with a grenade. And NGG are still in Milta. It's not a bad thing that NGG have looked to do, because sometimes when you don't rotate into the circle too early, you actually rotate into the circle too late. And when you rotate in too late, when you rotate in too late, in theory, teams around you are closer to the center circle, so it kind of gives you more space on the edge. Phase 2 didn't help them, but we'll have to wait and see. Sexy. Lovely couple of shots onto Mooney. He's the last player for Dark Esports. He has to try and play around. He does get knocked down onto Dale. That's a little bit of a poor push, and he is going to get that revive. Is he going to get that revive? No, he is not. It's going to be a confirmed kill from El Chapo. Stolen away. And yeah, that was a mistake push from Dale, to be perfectly honest, and it wasn't well coordinated between the members of Warlords. Either way, a good kill nonetheless. And was it worth losing a player? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Currently spectating the side of Beyaz, Isaac, Diz, Grok, Rosex, and Wesley. Again, a team I haven't really heard of before, either of the players. So what are they going to show us in these games? Just making some noise, trying to create some space. You do still have the side of respect in around the Pachinki area that they did drop in on over. So staying on the eastern side of this map. And phase 3 does shift heavily up north. And that is tricky dicky. Good for Unicorns of Love. Good for the side of Team NOCHA. And actually also good for NAVI. Because if you notice, they had actually started sending one player wrapping around to the north of Everest. But what I do find interesting is that they're actually going for a 2-2 split between the north and the south of the river. I would have preferred to have them having one full squad inside that compound, but then again, or at least 3-1. But either way, let's see how it works out for them. Fazer Clan going to get punished by the side of Unicorns of Love on that rotation. Rüya seemed to get there before the Muller Wonders are also going to be on the southwestern side of Everest. As you do see, the Kuma God is doing a great job of punishing the players of Fazer Clan on the outside open areas, doing a really great, valuable job to gather information as well as, of course, suppress the members of Fazer Clan. Savage X now going to push himself forward on his own. Normally it's Ked. Great shots by Agon to knock down Susie. Why aren't they looking to fully commit on that though? Why aren't... Oh my lord! Oh my god! Oh, Savage X, man. Confirm that kill onto Susie. I get why you don't want to like push it because you know there's a team potentially, you know. There you go. There you go. That's going to be the final kill on to Fazer Clan. Juzu goes down. And Rüya and Unicorns of Love will both pick up kills respectfully for that. Rüya also being careful not to oversay their welcome because there was a side of Team 16, which is Beyaz, Isaac, Lost Grok being knocked down, although yet to be eliminated. So there is that possibility. World of Wonders and Rüya are either side of this team to try and play around and looking on over. Respect Esports are going to be going up against the side of Warlords. I think it's just Mooney that's left standing for Warlords, as Respect could be recognizing that and could be trying to send it in. I know they need to get the revive on one of their players, so it's slowing things down just a little bit. Team Unique. Oh, Navi and NGG. Let's shine a light on that fight between Navi. Fantastic team. Ben is on his own once again. He's going to... Actually, it's going to be a lovely knockdown on to Meku. But Ben is going to get knocked down off the back of a lovely grenade being chucked out by Matic. It was actually Tixie that got knocked down. My apologies. Either way. That revive should be... Oh, his Casey going to go for it. I can respect it. I can respect that. But god damn it. I don't think that's going to work out because at the end of the day, you got the squad wipe M249 being fired up by the side of Matic, and that's going to be NAVI winning that squad fight, grabbing 2 kills for their troubles, and will stay as a 3-man team. There's a lot of action on the edge of these circles because of this Phase 3 shift, and Phase 4 centers up with Everest still in play, and NOCHA are kind of looking at this going, wait, we still have the circle in Phase 4? That is crazy. 4 Romanian Men. Oh no, you don't. Okay, you've gotten in. Okay, maybe that's just a circle position, but if I was the side of NOCHA, I would be looking at that. I would definitely be looking at that, but maybe it's just a little bit too deep to look around. Either way, NAVI are now going to send it into that compound as a 3-man team. Now, I recommend that you had 3 players in when they initially pulled in on Phase 2. World of Wonders gonna, of course, punish one of the players of you have. Those are going to just be Rude and Ando, God left standing. And they're not even inside the circle. Yeah, okay, World of Wonders aren't either. Zessie is going to drive run on by that player you have as he looks to commit for a bit of a position inside the circle. They only started as a 3-man team. Are they going to go to crates, or is he going to go for crates? There's multiple teams rotating around. You have followed by this side of Beyaz Isaac. Oh, Hemiski, nicely done. Switching seats is always a valuable part of avoiding yourself getting knocked down. Last player, Warlords, is still in the mix, but he is going to get taken down, just as I say that, by Respect Esports. The curse from myself, ImPERium, has ended the game for Warlords. On the eastern side of Everest, Respect have been able to find a position. This is where, to me, NOCHA need to commit to one side of Everest. You got to realize that as a team, you realistically, as you've allowed too many teams to kind of go around you, you can't defend Everest on, you can't, as an uneven spread. Like, you cannot control the whole of Everest. So in my opinion, you need to commit to one side and one side alone. You can possibly suppress, you can possibly push back, but you can see that, Calendar is, sorry, not Calendar, it's Allender. I have to wait and see. Erangel comes in, is able to get a lovely knockdown. You also have 4 Romanian Men and Unicorns of Love. Unicorns of Love fighting on the south side of this circle, just on the southern edge of Everest. 4-man team going up against Dexter on his own. Sushi is further back, being able to provide that backline cover fire and a little bit of a higher ground position just by the rock. Fresh finds Dexter though, and Sushi isn't going to look to try and respond. He wants to basically not make any noise at all. And the next phase shifts heavily up north. You have the crates in play, my friends. You have World of Wonders. You have Unique. You have NAVI. You have all these teams down south are going to have to find somewhere inside the circle, as Rüya is taking a hell of a lot of damage at the hands of you have. And oh god, doing a great job of really just being a thorn in the side for Rüya. Morteza is going to go down at the hands of NAVI. Gatekeeping on the eastern edge. Respect lose 1, but you know what? I think that was actually a little bit of a okay sacrificial lamb. Maybe they could have pushed as a full squad in that area, but either way, I kind of get them sending one player around just to get a little bit of information. You do still have Sushi from 4 Romanian Men. Unicorns of Love is a full squad, but they've got to think what they want to do with 40 seconds left on the clock. Lovely shot, Spikehead. Normally he's that kind of close range, front of the line player for Unicorns of Love, but he's doing a valiant effort on that back line as Respect Esports look to punish Unicorns of Love. Them being outside the circle, albeit they need to find their own space. Agon is going to take a lot of damage inside the boogie, and he's going to get knocked down. That is the will of the way, being outside the circle and trying to wrap around. The team is going to look to punish you, and I like the fact that the other players of Unicorns of Love are actually looking to go into the blue zone, because even though it's phase 5 and that chunk damage is a little bit harsher, it does make sense. And it leaves him, Savage X, and Fresh, the last player standing for Unicorns of Love. Rüya being able to wrap around onto the northern edge of Everest, and now the southern tip of the circle, as World of Wonders is stopping a team from climbing and claiming a position inside the circle with that little bit of house and shack and play. Enjoy 7 is knocked down. You have Matic from NAVI doing a great job being that insurance play inside the circle, as NOCHA trying to climb down the Everest hills are going to get punished by Rüya just like that. This is what I talked about. That was incredibly slow from NOCHA on that rotation, but Unicorns of Love, great job by themselves on the northern edge of Everest, pushing their way in. Respect down to just 2 players, a pinching between Unicorns of Love and Rüya, but Jekyll is absolutely slaying right now, getting a knockdown onto the players of Rüya. I don't know if they're going to be able to push that, as Jekyll is going to get knocked down. It leaves Arch on left standing for their side. World of Wonders looking to make wonders inside this game, as NAVI also lost Tixie, so it's just Kitsune and Matic left standing. Kitsune seemed to be able to join up with Matic. Like I said, Matic had that little bit of a security spot inside the previous circle, but as it has shifted away from the majority of crates, it is unique as a 3-man team. And what the hell, Grok of Beyaz, ışık, Diz. Wow, man. You've been able to get into crates, but can you get in to the edge of circle? A little bit of a stalemate as we're down to our final 8 teams. A little bit quiet on the Western front. But time's going to start ticking down as the blue zone is really going to start moving in. Savage X is going to get confirmed by Respect. Leaves it with just Ked left standing, but Ked is going to come in. Sorry, Ked and Fresh, as Ked is going to play inside the blue zone. He's going to start losing health. He's going to get knocked down by Rebellion, a third party, and Fresh is now on his own, and Fresh is scrolling out in the open. He's going to get taken out by World of Wonders, and man, just a victim of the blue zone, a victim of those hard circle shifts, and it goes once again on phase 6 in favor of World of Wonders, and World of Wonders are looking at this going, damn, if we can get this kind of circle look in the PMCO, PMPL, whatever it is, we will be laughing in the wings, as Unique is going to get pushed upon by the remaining players of NAVI. It's going to be a lovely squad wiper. M249 for Matic flying on through, wiping out Team Unique, and Matic is an absolute beast. An absolute beast. But there is still Glock. There's still one more. He's going for those pre-fire shots. He will have to cross the road. Will he have what it takes to pull something massive out of the bag in this game 1 of the Hey Pro Scrims? We're down to our final 5 teams. Rüya have been able to survive as a full squad nonetheless, so they do have somewhat of a man advantage in that sense. 1337 go down, 4 teams left standing. World of Wonders, NAVI, Beyaz, ışık, and Rüya. Botchka, should I say, is on the southern edge of the circle, inside the circle. That is good. That is good, but can the rest of the team make it in there? The smokes are being thrown out by Rebellion. You have Rip following Dokuman. Dokuman seems to be looking to head in the direction of Botchka. Yes, he's on the outside of the circle looking for Matic. In through the smokes, it's going to be sprayed on up by Rip God, and that's going to be the end of NAVI. 3 teams left standing. World of Wonders, Beyaz, ışık. I repeat, Beyaz, ışık is out, so it's just 2 teams left standing. World of Wonders going up against Rüya. It's a 4v3 in the favor of Rüya. But the circle is gone into the direction of World of Wonders as they look to try and create that spray. The snake plays out in the very open outside the George Poole crates of game 1. Rip has a tree just to the front left of him. If he can make it into that tree, that could be a very strong angle that he can use to try and shut down the members of World of Wonders, as Himiski is going to be put down to about 30% health. That is going to stop World of Wonders a little bit as a grenade nearly knocks down Himiski. Oh my god, so close. Yet so far, Rüya doing everything they can to hold control of this game. Yeah, they know they have the man advantage, but that isn't always going to result in a chicken dinner for your side. Does it technically make it easier? Yes. But all it's going to take is 1 to 2 knocks, 1 misplay, 1 miss shot, and that's going to be as Botchka goes down by Enjoy 7. Enjoy 7 is inside the blue, so he's chunking down on health, and Mitsuki comes in to get a second, and now Zessie has to follow through. He finds the third, and his document that goes down. It is World of Wonders realizing that they don't need the full squad. They don't need the 4 players. All they need is a little bit of circle look and the accuracy of a pinpoint god to get the chicken dinner in game 1 of Erangel. I said, leading into the final moments of the fight, Rüya had the man advantage, but it doesn't matter when it's out in the open overall. Yes, it technically makes it easier for you to trade those knocks, but if 2 knocks happen simultaneously in a matter of a split second like it did onto Rüya, that lead, that advantage goes away like that, crumbles Thanos snaps into thin air. And that's exactly what World of Wonders did to Rüya Esports. Man, great game by World of Wonders. Like, a team could have crashed them. They could have been crashed at one point. They, in theory, could have been. Rüya probably could have crashed them, to be fair. Now, would it have been a wise crash? Who knows? But they could have been crashed. But in the end, they made so much noise, plus other teams were punished from those circles. But either way, they made a controlling amount of noise, enough to get kills, secure the space, and of course, as the circles went in their favor, they didn't have to move. So really good job, above all the luck, by World of Wonders. The amount of kills they got speaks for itself, right? 10 kills as a 3-man team. That's good. That's real good. Rüya coming in second. Nonetheless, a very solid result. Wrapping around on that western edge of Everest, catching out NOCHA, who just left it too late to move and were incredibly so, unfortunately. And Rüya were one of the teams that capitalized on that, getting 5 kills. And they also even picked up a few kills on the Respect, and I think it was a Unicorns of Love as well along the way. I don't necessarily know who Beyaz, ışık, Diz are, but at the end of the day, they got 3rd place with 1 kill. It was Grok at the end, full center in their crates, and secured a 3rd place for himself. NAVI in 4th, getting 7 kills. It's good. It was good. It's a good result for themselves. 13, 37 in 5th with 3 kills. You had the side of Team Unique coming in 6th with 1 kill. You have Unicorns of Love in 7th with 5 kills. Just one of the victims of those crazy shifts up north. And I get that Unicorns of Love tried to kind of wrap around a little bit late and tried to play kind of on the edge, but that was such an open, even somewhat high ground area that they had just very, very limited cover, and in the end they got punished for that. Respect in 8th with 8 kills. You have the side of Too Easy in 9th with 1 kill. NOCHA in 10th with 1 kill. You had the side of You Have in 11th with 4 kills. 4 Romanian Men in 12th with 0 kills. Warlords in 13th with 4 kills. NGG in 14th with 5 kills. Fazer Clan in 15th with 4 kills. Dark Esports in 16th with 2 kills. Fastplay Wildcats in 17th with 0 kills. And New Era in 18th with 2 kills. Game 1 of the Hey Pro Scrims. Not gonna lie. Can't complain. Cannot complain at all of how that went. To be perfectly honest. Pretty action-packed. The circle shifts were a little bit toxic. And I'd like to think it was somewhat entertaining for all of you guys out there. Game 2 is going to be on Miramar. The codes are out. I know when we're going to be starting. So I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to go for a break. And I will see you all in roughly about 4 minutes. baby, we are back. Welcome one and all. Welcome one and all. Game 2 about to get underway here at the Hate Pro Scrims, and just a little bit of some errands to run. Thank you to So Sorry So Salty for the raid. I did notice it, but it's super appreciated, my friend. Very, very, very much appreciated. Much love to you. Also, to people in the YouTube chat from the CIS region, I apologize if some of your messages are getting hidden and they aren't showing. It is just simply a YouTube thing. I am going to work on ways of trying to improve that, because I want you all to be able to have a conversation with each other, hopefully in a non-toxic way. I don't understand what is being said. You know, and I want to make sure that you guys are able to have a conversation while watching the games in that regard. So I do apologize about that. But either way, let's have a look at this game 2. We're going to be going over to Miramar, my friends, as I turn this music off, I get into the game, and just like that, game 2 is underway. No messing about from us, boys and girls. No messing about at all. Woohoo! Okay, we have a plane path that is not too bad. Not too bad. Cannot complain. Cannot complain. Hello, Mark of UDR Killers. Hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna have a little bit of a chill early game. Of course, there of course could be some action unfolding, but I'm gonna relatively keep this game to early games somewhat relaxing. Warlords and Too Easy. Don't know if it's going to be relaxing for much longer. Warlords and Too Easy both dropping imported pre-so. Fazer Clan and the side of You Have are looking to be heading into the same direction. Respect and for Romanian Men, both in Los Leones, but then again, that's always a place that is fine for 2 squads, even 3 in some regard. Rüya and Unicorns of Love both going to drop into Vincere, so I'm going to wait and see what happens between those 2 teams. Reflect is much further away from the rest of the Too Easy teams, so I do worry about them in that team fight, but have to pad on over to the fight between Rüya and Unicorns of Love. Kev playing around the side of the fence. A little bit on his own. Lovely by Savage X to find Rip. Now Dokuma. Gonna have to be careful. Botchik's coming in behind. Savage X might be hearing those footsteps. Oh, no, not quite, not quite. Savage X, you gotta spot that one out. I know it's only a deagle. No, it's only a deagle, but it is still manpower. Also, even Rebellion. Rebellion's gonna be found out. He's gonna get taken out. Fresh is gonna find him, and yeah, okay, Dokuma does find Savage X, but at the end of the day, I think that's going to be enough to help Unicorns of Love help Unicorns of Love, should I say, win the majority of this fight. The revive is being pulled on through into Rebellion, so that worries me about Unicorns of Love. Fresh is gonna play in on that side. Maybe taking a little bit too long to engage. I get that you want to be a bit careful, but sometimes you got to strike while the iron is hot. One revive is being pulled out onto Rebellion. Yeah, okay, Agon is flanking around, but at what? Like, at one point does a flank really like be a proper benefit to you, right? I'm all for flanking, but sometimes it's like just go in for the fucking fight. Like, you know what I mean? Just go in for the fucking fight. I'm all for information, but I know, man. I know. 1 kill was secured indeed. As Fresh finds Rebellion. Lovely knockdown to Agon. Gets a second on the Dokuma. You know what? You know what? Maybe I'm a little bit harsh. Agon making that flank work in his favor, and give him credit to that. And then Fresh finds the last player, Rüya. And, you know, eat my words. Yeah. Do I have a little bit of a point? Kind of, yeah. Sometimes there is a time to just go for the fight, and sometimes there is a time to go for a flank. But at the end of the day, I like the fact that Unicorns love. And I was talking to Savage X, and I was talking to hey Maxon, how you getting on, my friend? Hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. I hope your stream was fun as well. So muchos apreciados. But yeah, I was talking to Savage X and I was talking to Ken, and they were saying that they are just trying a lot of new things, and they are trying out quite a good bit of stuff. And that makes sense. They should. They don't have to worry about PMCO, so it kind of gives them a lot more time to essentially work on areas of their game and try aspects of their team game that will give them a lot more information leading into the PMPL. So I hope that they are going to go into that with a lot of confidence and prepared. Phase 1 circle, a little bit tricky on the northeast. Quite high northeast, the edge of Campo Militar in play. You also have El Azahar, Cruzaval, Torre Ahumada. A lot of high ground around those areas, especially to the southwest of El Azahar. To be honest, just above Junkyard is a fantastic position to hold on to, as well as in between El Azahar and Cruzaval is a very strong place. You have the north of water treatment location will be fantastic for Unique to rotate you off the back of their Le Cabriere drop spot, and NAVI will have to be a little bit careful rotating on the western side into the circle because they do have New Era in front of them. But at the end of the day, the teams down south, they're the teams that probably have the hardest job, right? Yeah, okay, they can play somewhat low ground. They can play kind of thank you for the raid, Elcor, super appreciated, my friend. Much love to you. You know, you can play in the edge of circle, that's good. Of course, the risk is that you're losing information. Hey Amnesia, how you getting on? It doesn't hurt to say hello to people in chat. Hello, everybody. Hello, Rüya of KP. How are you doing, my friend? Much love to you. Please don't hesitate to allow messages in chat that are relevant and that are obviously positive in some way, shape, or form. This is the kind of early game that a low-key wanted. A little bit chill, a little bit relaxing. The 1337 playing with Marshall, El Chapo, Flame, and Lazy. El Chapo and Marshall are formerly of Snake Squad, and I even think... Am I right in saying Guns that they won the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I could be getting mixed up. But either way, I do know El Chapo and Marshall. Fazer Jizu is going to get knocked down onto Rapido of Fast Pay Wildcats and disrespect running him over. He was on his own though, so at the end of the day, there's no way that his teammates were going to get to Fast Pay. The other two players of Fast Pay Wildcats have moved into La Bandita. 1337 have gotten a knockdown onto one of the World of Wonders players, but Hacienda should be too hard for them. You know, El Chapo was actually on his own inside that warehouse. Doing a great job off the back of getting that knockdown onto Enjoy 7. But really cooking up another. Gonna find Sun HP. That could be a well-placed knockdown. We'll have to wait and see. He's gonna find one. He's gonna find a second with an absolute monstrous 1 HP left standing off the back of support from his teammates. My lord, El Chapo. You're an animal. But he still has to heal up. Sun HP is left behind the hay bales. This fight is definitely kicked off in a strong way. El Chapo still not given a chance to heal up just yet. He doesn't even have too much. A Molotov being chucked on out yet to really connect to anybody with that Molotov. Sun HP is going to go in for the push. He's down to about 25 health. The revive bit was pulled on through onto, I believe it was Lazy. And now Lazy is looking to not be lazy as a grenade is going to chunk Sun back down to about 20 HP. I can see this going against World of Wonders. They're going to get sword wiped. It is a grenade that ends the business for them. But El Chapo, man. El Chapo. Oh, my Lord. Absolutely animalistic. Perfect timing for the rest of his team to join up with them as well. Perfect timing. Fazer Clan, and you have now starting to fight of their own outside junkyard to the south of it. You have not really having a good time. Losing one player. It's a bit of a now 3-1 split as Koze joins up. Susie's going to stay on that off angle across the road to get not only information, but stop you have from repositioning too far. However, Bench does find that knockdown onto Susie, so that's good for you have. It's most likely going to give them a way to move away from this fight. If I were them, they should not look to stick around, but they're actually going to look to try and maybe take advantage of that. Rude is going to go across the road on that vehicle. Koze is going to follow suit, but Koze most likely going to get spotted out. Not enough behind the rock he goes. It is a bit of a 1v1 between those two players. The rest of each other's team are across the road and are not really able to provide too much. Smoke's being thrown up by Koze as he does look to try to find a revive on to Susie. But what does that do? It's so predictable. It's so predictable. God damn it. Not only did you absolutely 110% lose a player, but you also allowed yourself to get another player knocked down, and now Rude is riding high off the back of that. He got another knockdown on the pre-pod, and now it's just Jizu left standing. I'm just saying to Fazer Clan, you have been shut down. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Jizu gonna be on his own behind that vehicle. He's gonna get taken down, and it's a well coordinated push by Rude of you having. Hey, look, I was wondering if they were gonna push on that. I didn't think they would. I would have recommended that they wouldn't have, but when you go for it and you make it work, and at the end of the day, Fazer Clan handed that team fight to them. Not gonna say you deserve it, but yeah, it speaks for itself. Now the Wildcats. Oh, sorry, not the Wildcats. Respec going up against Beyaz Izik. Beyaz Izik trying to drive away. I don't know if they're going to. Grok looking to try and heal up. He's on his own as the members of Respect chuck the grenades down the little dip. I can see the end being near for Grok. Unless he can pull out a little bit of a surprise shot. I don't know if that's going to come through. Nope. That's not going to be the case. Archon finds him off the back of Morteza flying down. And Timber is left on his own. Teams making their way up north. Unique did indeed go for that clean rotation from the Cobby area to the north of water treatment. Plus phase 2 shifted up north to even things out. Warlords lose another player, so they're left with just Mooney. In this game, New Era and Navi are close to each other around the water treatment area. And Meku gets knocked down from New Era. Indeed. That spread from New Era is working out for now. It's a 2-1-1 spread. Yasha and Wami with Galchanok. And then you have UBL spread out. No, actually, Galchanok is going to look to join up a UBL to make it a 2-2 split. And No New Era for known for their 2-2 splits. Sometimes a bit risky. They're also known for basically 1-1, 1-1 spreads, to be fair. Now, Team NOCHA push on in. They have very limited information. 13:37. They're going to be prepared. Flamey comes in to find Nas. They won a fight earlier on against World of Wonders. Now they're going to look to try and win this fight against Team NOCHA. Team NOCHA, more like Team NOCHA. NOCHA kill you, take you out. That's going to be the end of them. It's just going to be one player left standing. Lander is going to get third party by NGG. And if anything, that's good for 13:37 because they know that there is a third party. Lovely. And 24 shots from Flame. Not going to connect quite as they want to onto NGG. But at the end of the day, that is going to maybe send a bit of a message going, don't peek your head too much. Navi and New Era going to be engaging on each other. Whammy going to be up in the 1v2. He finds one. He's going to find the other. We'll have to wait and see. But at the end of it, I can't see Navi surviving this one. Matic is left on his own. He's got players on the other side against him. He does find Whammy. He finds Whammy. He's not going to heavily find Galchanok just yet. He gets Galchanok down to 1 health. Gets that knockdown. And my lord, you mess with the PMGC finals team and you are going to feel that heat and feel that pain. But now Yasha, who is former player of Team Unique back in 2019, looking to come back with a bang. He's found those pre-fire shots. He finds that knockdown onto Matic, but Matic did get that revive onto one of the Navi players. Actually, no, sorry, Kitsune is way back, and now Kitsune might be looking to join in. I didn't realize that Kitsune was actually still in this game. I thought it was just Meku. My apologies about that, but as you see the results of the destruction on this hillside. Kitsune, former teammates with Yasha back in 2019. The foes are going to meet again. And even though he got that knockdown onto Yasha because the hesitation, the timing, Whammy was revived up and the manpower came into play. Navi eliminated by New Era. And what's great for New Era is that they are going to survive as a 3-man team. Man. What a great game. What a great game. Unicorns of Love are in Hacienda del Patron in the center of this phase 3. Looking pretty good for it. Respect and Too Easy are fighting in the blue outside the circle. Respect did get a knockdown onto Furia. Jekyll is way further away from two of his teammates. Now Archon along with Beast are going to try and push this, which, you know what, I don't hate that. I don't hate it. Outro as a Thompson. Goes into FPP mode, gets a really great knock. Really great knock. Outro's going to be chucked down to half health off the back of a grenade. That's going to allow Archon to go for the revive on the Beast. We did see oh my lord. Oh my lord. Archon. Archon. You know, people say that nades are crap. People say nades are crap now. No, nades are still ultra good when you use them in the right way. And credit where it's due to Archon. Use those nades. Talking about nades, Bava sends a nade down the hill. Has an idea where the last player standing from the side of Beyaz Isaac. Is it last player Beyaz Isaac? Indeed it is. Timber. Maybe taking a little bit too long to go for that engage, but I get that second that he go over, peaks that hill, it's harsh enough that Timber will most likely be able to take him out for that because more of Bava's body will be somewhat exposed. 13:37 looking pretty good. You have are going to be gate kept by them by 1337 and NGG. You do have Dark Esports in the warehouse and low ground compounds just to the north of Hacienda / San Martin. You have 4 Romanian Men to the eastern side of San Martin. You have New Era coming in on the western side just above San Martin. Yasha is on his own. He is being supported, you can see, by Galchenok and his team. Just trying to get a bit of information. He's going to hear those shots from Team Unique, frozen. Would feel the brunt of a grenade. Is he a little bit distracted? I don't know. Yeah, now he hears the grenade. It's going to pretty much stop him from moving even less than he could. Whammy joins up with Yasha, leaving Galchenok in the back line. They're gonna maybe have a little bit of a peek over the hill. Daddy Gonzo is also playing for Unique in today's games. I think just subbing in. I did hear that apparently Black and White left Union Power and they are trialing a 4th player. This could be part of it. Maybe they're looking to capture one of the Unique players. I don't know. But Milky Way is going to wrap all the way around the side of New Era as the circle does shift on down south. The fight is going to be breaking out as Galchenok is going to get a backline knocked down onto one of the players of Team Unique. Nicely played. Nicely played. Got Daddy Gonzo in mind. Going to play up the hill. Oh, whammy, 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 whammy. Back off, back off. Good stuff. Nicely done. You have a buggy inside that warehouse. Go in the warehouse, get in the buggy, and maybe look to dip away. Yasha is going to be supporting him quite nicely. You are outside the circle, guys. Be careful. Be very, very careful indeed. The circle does go in the favor of kind of no teams, to be perfectly honest. Maybe 4 Romanian Men were the biggest benefactors of that shift down south, to be perfectly honest. Dark Esports gone into Hacienda that was previously occupied by Unicorns of Love. Unicorns of Love moved away fairly early after that circle shift, but they do have to realize that there still could have been teams coming in from the north. You also have NGG in the fields looking to punish and push back the members of Unicorns of Love. However, Fresh from the sideline does get a knockdown onto one of the NGG players. Very good teamwork from Unicorns of Love, but can they push it? Because Agon is low on health, so he has to try and heal up. Plus, he's further away from his team, so it is pretty much a 3v3 fight. NGG have a couple of buildings in play. Even though it's bare open fields around them, they have a couple of buildings in play. The spread by Unicorns of Love is pretty damn good, but is it a little bit risky in the sense of that it's separated in a bit of a 2-1-1? I'd like CK join up with Agon. He needs to be able to be given that level of support in my eyes. Dark Esports 1337. We've seen El Chapo pop off already. They're on 7 kills. Flame does find Dark Esports, so that could be a little bit of an engagement that they might want to take, although New Era, Galchenok in the buggy, really struggling to find a spot. However, New Era have Yasha and Whammy have indeed found a spot for him. I wasn't sure, but this circle does shift on over to the northeast in the favor of Unicorns of Love and NGG and Ked Agon. They need to join together off the back of this. They need to join together. 1337. They're looking for the revive into El Chapo before they look to push down the hill. That could be very good if they can execute that revive and allow themselves to continue up as a full squad. Dark Esports are just down to Dark 7 and Sexy in the blue. The plays come on through 1 minute before the blue zone starts. Starts making its way in on this phase 5. Flame is going to find Banger. Hiske is going to be spotted out by Flame. It's a double N24 Pate headshot Bolte from the side of 1337. And are they going to look to push in off the back of it? Yes, they should. Hell, yes, they should. And now, Unicorns will have take a look at this and go, hey, okay, we'll allow you to do the brunt of the work. We'll third party this. My friends, Ben finds El Chapo. It's a good defense. Maybe because they hesitated, they allowed one of the revives to pull on through. Plus the push maybe wasn't as strong as I would like to have seen them pull off. Ben coming in, wrapping around on the outside. He's low in health, but at the end of the day, he's done a fantastic job of executing a fantastic defense for his side. And Marshall can't hold on. Either can Lazy. Marshall's on low health. So is Flamey. Flamey's left one as the last player standing. He's going to come in from behind. And it is NGG that gets taken out by 1337. Oh my lord. I didn't know he was going to be able to continue on. He was down to just 2 health. And he was able to pull it in to the bag. And now down on the southern side of the circle, you have Respect, you have Unique. Fighting on Object Gill was indeed knocked down. So it's just down to Beast and Archon. And Archon, once again, you saw him beat a Grenade Master earlier on in a previous fight. He's going to be another one with the Molotov being choked on through. It's going to burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. But down on the hills. Sorry, not down on the hills. Up on the top of the building above. Frozen got a great knockdown on the Beast. Grenade gets choked up. Archon finds Daddy Gonzo. Daddy cool. More like Daddy schooled by grenades. Both teams are going to look to reset. They're outside the circle on this phase 5. They've only got a minute in hand. 17 19 players that's standing. Circles in the favor of Unicorns of Love. Beast indeed gets confirmed. Jekyll gets confirmed. Archon is left on his own. He's now gonna go into the other side of the warehouse. He has to prone down because the players of Team Unique are looking in his distance, looking in his direction. Smoke from Archon as he's prone down, trying to crawl outside of the warehouse. Unique should look to push this. They've been able to keep themselves up as a full squad. Lovely smoke's being thrown out by Archon. He wraps around on the outside of the building. Now Daddy Gonzo gonna send it in with a boogie. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He wants to get those kills. He's hungry. He's hungry on the side. He's gonna find it. That's gonna be the end of Respect. It was a good attempt, but at the end of the day, the pressure was too much. Third party from You Have above high in the hills. Yes, they're outside the circle, but they've done a great job of pushing back Team Unique. And if they can push back Team Unique, who are also outside the circle, what does that do? It kind of gives them a possibly easier chance to enter the circle. Down the hill, they're going to go on that vehicle. It is a buggy. They pull in on the eastern side, just by the edge, inside. Not inside, outside a tractor. Unicorns of Love is going to find one of the remaining players, a new era, and now it's going to be Galchinok on his own. He's going to go into a similar position that his teammate was. He prones down. Lovely grenades being chucked on out as Unicorns of Love down to 3 players. Ked went down at some point earlier on in this game. The circle stays in the favor of Unicorns of Love. You have 1 player knocked down. You also see the rest of Team Unique are going to be eliminated just like that. 1337 holding on as a 2-man team between Flame and Lazy. And then you also have 4 Romanian Men, Rana and Aimbot, are in the game. 2v3v2v2 the 1 between the final 5 teams. 40 seconds left. The circle again goes in the favor of New Era and Unicorns of Love. The 3-man team of Unicorns of Love should be able to pull this one out of the bag. You have another one of their players knocked down. That's stopping time to move into the circle. Galchinok finds Rana for Romanian Men. That's actually good for Unicorns and Love. You could somewhat call Galchinok a hidden 4th player, of Unicorns of Love in this final circle. Unicorns of Love are saying to Galchenok, hey, you know, you'll be fine with us. We'll get the victory together, and then at the end, all you have to do is stab them in the back, because I know for a fact that Galchenok does not want to engage onto Unicorns of Love, so he's going to be looking in every other direction than where the Unicorns of Love players are. Flame and Lazy of 1337 using a lot of smokes to try and create a bit of a wall to move their way in. Savage X is going to find one of the players of you have the other players actually going to come in to get that counter knockdown on the Savage X, but the damage I feel has been done. Lazy is going to get knocked down. Flame has been able to pull in, but Galchenok from the prone down position. The Desert Snakes fly their way in, and now we're down to our final two teams. New Era and Unicorns of Love. 1v3. Savage X gets revived up. Maybe New Era wasn't aware of that. Galchenok is going to do everything in his power to try and make this work. He prones down, picks himself up, gets a pre-fire shot, but at the end of the day, it's too much as the Unicorns of Love fly like unicorns and horn their way into a chicken dinner for game 2. Awesome stuff. Absolutely awesome. Man, absolutely kick-ass chicken dinner from the side of Unicorns of Love. Yeah, they were definitely somewhat lucky that the circle went in their favor time and time again, but they were definitely controlling with that. And absolutely kick-ass stuff indeed. Good chicken dinner from Unicorns of Love to end game 2. I actually just need to do something right now, just to add a mod in chat. To do it on the break, but I want to... Actually, you know what? I will do it on the break. Either way, let's transition over to my beautiful face and just break down a couple of elements of that game 2 in Miramar. I don't think I've ever really seen the circle end in that position, to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen the circle end in that position. Ah, there you go, Bushido. Okay, cool. Add as moderator. Cool, perfect. Bushido, you've been added as mod, my friend. You've been added as mod, Bushido. So please do what you can to keep the chat clean. And I do appreciate you tuning in. And, of course, helping. It really does mean a lot, my friend. It really does mean a lot. And New Era coming in second place. Galchenok. What did I say? Like, you know, it's kind of like, as it was predicted, Galchenok was kind of like a fourth player for Unicorns of Love at the end, right? He was just focused on, you know, hey, Unicorns of Love there. If I don't hurt them, they're not going to hurt me. And then Unicorns of Love thought, hey, we'll let him help us, and then we'll take him out. So it was a little bit of a mutual agreement that was always going to most likely end in the favor of Unicorns of Love, unless a miracle came through. Yeah, okay, Savage X was knocked down. I find it weird that they got the revive onto Savage X, but then again, sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. And they knew that it was 1v2 or 1v3, should I say. So, yeah, can't really argue with that one. 1337, though. Wow, what a game for 1337. They were in a hell of a lot of fights, all things considered. A somewhat early game battle with World of Wonders, which came down to just that absolute fantastic clutch double knockdown from El Chapo of, you know, absolutely kick-ass. And then their fight against NGG came down to Marshall coming in the finals. I think it was Marshall. My apologies if it wasn't, but as far as I know, it was Marshall or Flame. But either way, it was just monstrous from 1337 to stick in this game. Man. Absolutely kick-ass. 4 Romanian men in 4th. They stay quiet, but in 4th place, nonetheless, with 1 kill. I will actually go over the actual results. So Unicorns 11 first with 8 kills. You had New Era in 2nd with 8 kills. You had 1337 in 3rd with 14 kills. 4 Romanian men in 4th with 1 kill. You had You Have in 5th with 8 kills. They were, you know, pretty active, considering I didn't really check them too much. I think did they take out Respect? Maybe they did take out Respect. Maybe. No, they didn't take out Respect. Respect took out another team. Anyway, Unique coming in 6th with 3 kills. Respect in 7th with 9 kills. You had Dark Esport in 8th with 1 kill. You had NGG in 9th with 4 kills. You had the Wildcats in 10th with 1 kill. You had Warlords in 11th with 0 kills. The side of how do you pronounce it? Sorry. Beyazism in 12th with 0 kills. Too Easy in 13th with 4 kills. You had NAVI in 14th with 1 kill. NOCHA in 15th with 1 kill. Fazer Clan in 16th with 2 kills. World of Wonders in 17th with 0 kills. And Rüya in 18th with 0 kills. Man, again, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that game 2 was popping. Flame with 8 kills, you know, he was on fire like a flame. He was burning bright in that game 2, and really, you know, standout game from 1337, to be perfectly honest. And it wasn't actually Marshall that I think clutch things up. I think it was Flame, but my apologies. Either way, 1337 clutched up against NGG. Yeah, what a game. What an absolute game. I love PUBG Mobile. I even love Scrims just because they're so loose and action-packed, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, can't really argue with that one. But we're going to be going into game 3. We are going to be moving on to the crazy train of Sanhok. It's not going to be too long of a break, but it is going to be a break nonetheless. So I will see you all back for game 3 here in the Hey Pro Scrims. See you in a bit. Welcome back, boys and girls, to my beardless face. Hope you're all having a fantastic evening. I hope you are in a. I hope you're all having a good time in the broadcast. Okay, Agon, I'll make you on. Okay, just to make things look good. Okay. We're gonna be getting into game 3, which is gonna be in Sanhok, baby. Oh man, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Yes, 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 yes. I also realized I didn't change my this. 2 seconds. Let me there you go. I'm also aware that my transition is of my old logo. Fortunately, yeah, unfortunately, I haven't been able to have a video transition made yet under my my new logo, but I will look to get that made. Either way, we're going to be going over, like I said, into game 3 fairly soon. It's going to be on Sanhok, baby. And yeah, it was confirmed to me that 1337, I thought so, won the Star Challenge, but it was under a different name. It was under Guns Esports, so I'm kind of not surprised, but it's still, again, I wasn't sure what the situation was because I just remember a bit, but because I'm old, I also tend to forget, and I've always said that there's a lot that can go on, so sometimes, you know, your mind can get a little bit flustered. But I'll tell you what isn't flustered, this playing path as we're getting into game 3, it is pretty damn central. How many teams are we gonna see drop in on bootcamp, baby? Also, will we see a battle in Painan, battle in Paradise Resort? There's a lot of areas up for contention. Nobody dropping early to go towards Kampong or Lo Kwai. That is something that I've always been observant of, that the eastern side of the map tends to be underutilized and underdeveloped, I would say. It is going to be Respect, New Era a little bit? No, not quite, but Respect and NGG directly in Paradise, with New Era on the outskirts. Maybe going to look to third party that later on. NAVI are going to be in Camp Bravo. Now, NAVI normally like to go to Ha Ting. Of course, Ha Ting is being dropped by You Have and Too Easy, but I don't think NAVI would have directly been aware of that. And plus, you know, they've never been afraid of dropping with another team, to be perfectly honest. I think they're trying different drop spots, to be perfectly honest. I think they're trying different areas. Maybe I'm wrong. Respect, New Era, NGG in Paradise Resort. Phase 1 circle is fairly central on the mainland. It's actually completely on the mainland, a bit up north. It's so northeast actually on the whole map that there's a little bit of the Mong Nai water in play. So that is definitely good in my opinion. I don't expect it to stay up the northeast, to be honest, but it does give a bit of a clearer pathline for the teams rotating into the circle, that they're confident they don't need to worry about the bridges, the other islands, that they can look to focus on positions in the mainland. Iske, who I've talked about in the past, I genuinely think he's one of the biggest talents in European PUBG Mobile, and I'm really looking out for big things from him individually in 2021. I don't often talk about an individual player all the time because it is a team game, but he's somebody who I've seen evolve, grow, and get better and better as time has gone on. So I'm really hoping that shines through. Of course, he's going to need his whole team behind him. He's going to have to be behind his whole team to make this work, and the patience pays off as they grab an early kill onto Respect. There's also another team joining in on the mix in this Paradise Resort area, that's the Wildcats. Gonna make their way in on the eastern edge. We'll have to get back to that very soon. Keep an eye as Too Easy and you have started the fight off in a positive note for Too Easy, getting a grenade knockdown onto you have. Outro fires up doorway to stop that. Now it's gonna go for the shots. Oh my lord, Andorra. Oh my god, wow. That in no way should have been a knockdown, but at the end of the day it was. The punch out comes on through and it's gonna leave you have with just 2 players. Rude maybe being a little bit too slow to respond. It does help that a knockdown has been pulled out onto outro, so they're automatically down to 3 players. So instead of it being 2v4, it's 2v3 and make that 2v2 as Rude finds a lovely clean M4 knockdown onto Furia. Jump shot push on as a vector play from one and only Graham makes it work, and now it's going to be Graham that's going to come in. I think it was actually Reflect, but either way, Graham fires up. Reflect gets the killer blow, and that's going to be a squad wipe in the favor of Too Easy. Oh my lord, oh my lord. Even another team joining in on the mix. This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Beyaz, ışık gonna join in. Hiske was knocked down from NGG Bava as well. He's most likely gonna get confirmed, followed by Rapido. Followed by Taha. So leaves Rapido and Skenzi left standing outside this area. Passed by Wildcats, followed by New Era, and man, this is absolutely crazy. Beyaz, ışık doing a great job of coming in. Hiske is going to be crawling over to his teammate. I believe it's just Ben that is left standing. Indeed, the pressure of Paradise Resort surrounded by so many teams became a little bit too much. New Era wrapping around on the outside. You also have 2 players from Respect, and actually Respect got the squad up onto NGG. Wow, a lovely grenade chucked on through by Jekyll to clean that one up. So now instead of it being 5 teams, it's now only 1, 2, 3. Well, do I count Fast Pay as being inside Paradise? Yeah, kind of. It's on the outskirts. Instead of it being 5 teams, it's now kind of 4. What is wise is that both New Era and Fast Pay seem to be looking to either stay on the outside or even move away completely, because with Paradise Resort, yes, it's firmly in the middle of this phase 1, but it's a kind of compound in which if you stay inside, like Beyaz and Respect are right now, it doesn't matter how many players you have, you get so little information on how teams are rotating around you outside of the resorts, right? So it's a very isolated compound to stay in. And I would never recommend a team staying inside there for any longer than they absolutely need to. And I mean absolutely need to. World of Wonders making their way up from boot camp over towards Paradise Resort. We are also seeing a fight down on towards the trifecta compound between side of NOCHA, Dark Esports, and Team Unique. A little bit of a third party seems by the side of Team Unique onto the players of NOCHA. Dark Esports are going to look for the revives. It's going to be Lender. It's come in to get the knockdown onto Daddy Gonzo. Nicely from behind the rock. However, greatly returned by his teammate, as Frozen is going to pull off a first aid. Leads it with just Macon and Aragon left standing for NOCHA all the while. Oh man, their Dark Esports are just left with Yannick, who's across the way. So it is a 2-way fight in the trifecta compound between NOCHA and Unique. Aragon is on his own. Maicon did wrap around to try and get a little bit of a cheeky play, but he is going to be himself fronted down to very low health. He goes for the pecan shots through. He makes it work, and my lord, he's put it down to just mind over matter inside. The blue zone shots are being sprayed up. Don't be so hesitant, mind. Don't be so... Oh, my lord. Oh, down underneath the building. Unique mind. Oh, now the last player of Dark Esports looking to try and capitalize, seeing this in the kill feed, watching from across the way. Has he stopped and delayed mind enough from getting the revive? We'll have to wait and see. One smoke being chucked out as mind disengages way. He did indeed get a revive onto one of the two knockdown players. And now as Unyak is low on health, he's going to get taken out in amongst the smoke, and it is going to be Unique that gets 6 kills and will survive as a 2-man team. Unfortunately, it did seem like their second player that was knocked down did get confirmed. Gonzo and Mind are going to be left standing as phase 2 did pop up, and it did stay on the northeast somewhat relatively in the mainland, so it opens up a lot of high ground areas between Mong 9 and Camp Bravo for teams to execute a strong position with. NAVI going to be one of those teams that did drop in Camp Bravo. Now we'll move in. We're seeing Respect and Beyaz fight on up. A lovely knockdown from Respect. From Beyaz onto Respect. We'll give them a bit of an advantageous push as Archon, who's the master of nades. Can he be the master of AR shots? Is he down on the low ground with the Thompson? He finds one. Beautifully turned around. Beautifully turned around. And as he prones down, he is going to be a third party from World of Wonders. And now World of Wonders are going to look to send it in onto the members of Beyaz. Oh, however, a fourth party from... Oh, man, the third party has become the third party. Does Rüya come in on the south of Paradise Resort to get a knockdown onto one of the players of World of Wonders? Wow, this is absolutely crazy. This Sanhok game has been action-packed, to say the least. We're down to 12 teams, 43 players, as the blue zone is closing in on phase 2. Dokuma chucking up a grenade. Oh no. Oh, he does indeed find Enjoy 7. Woo-hoo-hoo. Lovely, lovely, lovely nade indeed. That's going to put it down to just Hemiski and Sun HP for World of Wonders, either side of this big rock face cliff side. They could backtrack to Paradise Resort, but they know there is a player of... Sorry, not player, a team of Beyaz Izik inside the resort, so they are, of course, going to be wary of going too deep in that area. Grok of Beyaz is jump shotting to try and get a little... Not jump shotting, but jumping up to try and get a bit of information onto the location of players who are battling outside. Unicorns of Love are going to come a-cropping against the side of Wildcats, as phase 3 did go a little bit more down the west and southwest, so it's a bit more centralized into where the majority of the teams are located. Fresh is going to be on his own and is going to get knocked down and confirmed. I don't know what kind of information Unicorns of Love had, but it's Sanhok, snakes in the grass. It's phase 3. You got to be aware that if you go out in the open on your own, there's a very strong chance that you can get caught out. That will put the rest of Unicorns of Love on higher alert. However, for the Wildcats, it makes it a bit of a clean 3v3 fight. It's Kenzie. I don't know if the pan bug is actually still around. I don't think it is, to be fair. Savage X is on the roof of the building. Is going to look for that elevated position to try and catch out any of the players of Wildcats. Grenades being chucked up. You can tell that Unicorns of Love are a little bit wary of their current, not current position, but their current predicament. And it does make sense. The good thing is that they're still inside the circle. Navi have moved away from Camp Bravo on the eastern side of the circle as a full squad. I really like their togetherness in this game. It makes it a lot easier to push in onto a team and actually defend a bit of a team fight when you are all together. Fazer Clan are in their way. Fazer Clan are in a bit of an opposite predicament. They are a lot more separated, as Koze gets a grenade chucked in his area, in his direction, but the members of Fazer Clan are going to come in to try and get that swipe angle coming on through. They're trading knocks, trading blows. 2 members of NAVI knocked down, and it's just Juzu that's left standing. He finds another one onto Meku. Lovely jubbly from Fazer Clan, and now it is going to come down to a 1v1. However, it's not going to be the case simply because of the fact that they're so far away from each other. So all that's going to happen is pre-pod is going to come in. I thought it was going to be a 1v1, but pre-pod really yet to make some noise. All that's going to happen is that the members of NAVI are going to be able to get those revives and somewhat reset in this fight. If they can get the revives enough to make it a full squad, that would be incredibly valuable. Indeed, the final revive is being pulled on out by Pixie onto Meku. Fazer Clan know they're down to 2, so they can't really afford to push this. And it makes me think why they didn't completely disengage away from this fight. Yeah, if they disengage. Sorry, they're down to 3. My apologies. As Susie's in between Prepod and Jizu. But it makes me think why they didn't look to disengage away completely from this fight. In my opinion, I think it was a little bit of a mistake in that regard. The fight between Fastbay Wildcats and Unicorns Love indeed is starting to trade up. And my lord, oh my lord, my lord, my lord, Jizu finds Meku to get that kill on off, and now it's going to be Kitsune who's going to get trade up as well. That pinch, I wasn't sure if it was going to work out, but it absolutely will for Fazer Clan as they create a fantastic blanket onto the members of NAVI. They use that time wisely. They knew the members of NAVI were a little bit pinched. However, Tixu, you know what he can do? He's going to get taken out, even though he got a knockdown onto the Fazer Clan players. And once again, Fazer Clan going to definitely shine a light on their talent as a team. Taking out NAVI in this scrim is very valuable for their confidence, for their ability to close out fights. And dude, they did it in a way in which, once again, I didn't expect. You know, I just didn't expect it, right? I look at it and I kind of go, hey, the safe bet is doing this, that, and the other. And the risky bet is doing what Fazer Clan did. However, there was heavy logic behind what Fazer Clan did simply because of the fact that they knew the members of NAVI were somewhat pinched. They gave them time to get the revives, but it was a little bit of a false sense of security, right? A learned a false sense of security. It just allowed Jizu to wrap around and come in just to get those shots. We did see Unicorns Love. Sorry, we didn't see, but we noticed in the feed and on the map, Unicorns Love end up getting the better of Wildcats. So they will be able to push in on the eastern side of this map into the circle. Paradise Resort is still in play. Your 4 Romanian Men up as a full squad. 1337 Warlords up as a full squad. And Rüya coming in on the west of Paradise Resort has Botchka knocked down. And you do still have Beyaz, Isaac inside the resort. Now they're going to make their way out onto the steps. Going to look to find Document, but Document does a great job of staying around underneath. Gets a knockdown. Rebellion with the Vector. Going to make that Vector power work on through, but no, it is going to be a knockdown onto Rebellion. However, because they push in as a team, Document got the trade, and now Timber's once again left on his own for the side of Beyaz, and now he's going to find a way in. He's going to find a squad up, and he finds the shots. An excellent push from Timber as he keeps the dream alive for Beyaz. Greatly done indeed, and they are going to be the surviving team of Paradise Resort. Now Unicorns Love are going to have to push in onto the compound held down by 4 Romanian Men. A lovely Molotov to send Agon back. Create this suppression as the grenades are going to fire off. The Unicorns Love have to recognize that they're not going to be the only team looking in this direction. So the more noise that is made, the harder it could be to find an angle of engagement if they get third-partied. I'm looking at 1337. Although they are in a compound, they could in theory gauge from a distance. The circle has gone in their favor. It's away from both of Unicorns of Love and 4 Romanian Men, and Unicorns of Love are going to focus on the direction of 1337. But like I said, you know, third party, it's prevalent in Sanhok. The good thing is that Unicorns of Love have been able to wrap around to get into the circle ahead of 4 Romanian Men. So that is positive in how they're possibly going to be able to gatekeep and suppress 4 Romanian Men. Warlords down on the south side are outside the circle. Fazer Clan going for a wide wraparound onto the east and northeastern side of this map, and that makes sense. They're actually going to play with the blue zone. Fazer Clan is going to lose Yasudo as 4 Romanian Men recognize that there could be always a team behind them. They might have been thinking it was Unicorns of Love, to be fair. However, a body is a body nonetheless. They're going to find a kill. Outro is going to go down at the hands of Timber of Beyaz Isaac. However, it is going to be a third party. Shots from the one and only Team Unique, Daddy Gonzo. Daddy Gonzo, an absolutely incredible player with Mind of Unique, doing wonders inside this match. It's all heavy on the eastern side, though, nonetheless, as 3 teams are going to be in this one area. 4 Romanian Men, Unicorns of Love, and the one and only 1337. Circle stays in the favor of 1337. They're up as a full squad. Munia Warlords is going to get knocked down to the ground by 4 Romanian Men. Third party from Mind to help clean things up, but makes it a little bit harder for Warlords. However, they did secure a knockdown onto aimbot, which creates a bit of time, just a little bit of time in their favor. Backfire, oh my lord, could he have any less health without actually getting knocked down? I don't know, but man, too easy are going to be put down to the ground second by second. Daddy Gonzo, playing for Team Unique in these scrims, is going to gatekeep last remaining players of Beyaz. And the Unicorns will all find an angle with Ked getting a knockdown onto Flame. Yes, Savage X is low on health. And now as the new Unicorns will all Warlords look to try and find a bit of an angle onto 4 Romanian Men. It isn't going to be enough. Ked gets knocked down by Marcher. You got the winners of the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2020 going up against Unicorns of Love. The pink Unicorns playing in, and lovely shots by Agon. However, it's a chunky grenade by Lazy to stop Unicorns of Love dead in their tracks. That's now going to allow 4 Romanian Men to come in from the off angle from the side after finishing off the side of Warlords. Confirmed the kill onto El Chapo. 2 teams either side. It was never going to be easy for 1337, and they survived for now, only losing 1 player. As the blue zone ends and we get into phase 7, it moves away from all of these teams out into the open. They're all going to have to cross the road in some way, shape, or form. I don't get how Unicorns of Love have been able to survive as a 3-man team. That is incredible. All the directions in the favor of Unique, as Mind and Daddy Gonzo separated, just trying to find an angle. Nobody is inside the circle. As you hear 20 seconds left on the clock before the blue zone starts closing in. This is Sanhok. This is the mainland finish. This is late game, baby. And we have 5 teams, 13 players left standing. Before the storm, before the bodies are going to get knocked down to the ground, Dexter finds Savage X Ked out in the open. He's going to find those lovely pre-fire shots. He's going to drop down. Underneath. Oh my lord, he finds Marshall's feet. He finds a cozy knockdown, but he's going to get knocked in return. It's 4 Romanian Men. Third party this with the smoke screen. Chunking down. That's going to be Rana going to be knocked down. Agon isn't going to be able to make his way in. He's going to go down. We have Unicorns of Love out here, and 4 teams are left in this game. 4 Romanian Men, one of those teams. Daddy Gonzo is going to get knocked down. Too easy are still inside this game. And what the hell? 1337 through the smokes. They're surviving until the better end as Mind finds 4 Romanian Men from the blue zone. Dexter is now their last hope. Marshall, lazy, flamey. Marshall finds it. Dexter is going to find one. He's going to find two. And now that's going to be the end of 1337 with a third party for Too Easy 1v2 in the bitter end. A first aid kit is going to be pulled out. He finds one. He finds the other. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Too Easy. Claim the chicken dinner. It's Sanhok. I thought that was going to be it. I thought he had it. I really did. But that jump shot, that close quarter combat battle at the end was won by the one and only Too Easy. Man, what a Sanhok game. What a Sanhok game. Woo-hoo-hoo. Man, what a Sanhok game. Man, I actually can't believe it. Like, I can't believe 1337 like survived for so long. And to be fair, I thought 4 Romanian men were gonna go down. I thought they were gonna get like pushed out of the blue zone, but because 1337 were kind of focused on Unicorns of Love, and because there were so few teams on the western side of those last 2 to 3 circles, there wasn't really as much there was just essentially that little bit more space for 4 Romanian men after they took out Warlords, and it was great recognition for them to pull that engagement off, right, and take out the team that was behind them in the right time frame, because the blue zone didn't really chunk them down as heavily as they had to. El Chapo kind of did what he needed to do as the only player inside that building, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, he ended up getting knocked down and thirsted, but it does make sense. He's some way stopped 4 Romanian men, even if it was just for a split second. Unicorns of Love, look, they went the direction they went to, and honestly, I in no way hate them for, like, Ked, he went for an ambitious push into the house. He got angled from 4 Romanian men. He then got pushed upon by, I think it was Marshall. He went for that drop shot on the ground knockdown, and he secured it. However, again, that third party for 4 Romanian men, it just proved to be too hard for him, and Agon stayed behind a rock. Maybe Agon and the whole of Unicorns of Love should have pushed with them, but at the end of the day, you're in the final seconds, and that kind of, man, like that's so, it's so hard. Like, it really is so hard to deal with. Too Easy, definitely also a surprise in my eyes, getting that chicken dinner, but then again, they were kind of the only team that weren't really making noise in the last couple of circles, right? They were the one team that took advantage of staying silent but deadly at the end. They allowed all the other teams to kind of be noisy in that regard. So it resulted in a chicken dinner nonetheless for them. Man. Absolutely kick ass. Absolutely kick ass. Go over the results of the third game of the day in Sanhok. You Too Easy picking up a juicy chicken dinner with 7 kills. You had the one and only 4 Romanian men in second place with 10 kills. 8 of those kills coming from Dexter alone. 8 of those kills from Dexter alone. Fantastic individual game from Dexter. 1337 in third with 3 kills. They didn't really have to do much in that position, which is part of the reason why they didn't have that many kills. Could they maybe have had 1 or 2 players outside those compounds on the hills above to possibly stop Unicorns of Love and kind of 4 Romanian men? Yeah, but it's Sanhok, and that's so difficult to pull off a 2-2 split. Sometimes you are just better off being in a compound, which is essentially a 2-2 split, but surrounded by 4 walls in that regard. Unique in 4th, getting 3 kills. You had Unicorns of Love in 5th, getting 4 kills. You had the side of Beyaz Isaac in 6th with 7 kills. 6 from Wesley alone. Warlords in 7th with 2 kills. Fazer Clan in 8th with 5 kills. You had Rüya in 9th with 4 kills. 4 coming from Dokuma alone. NAVI in 10th with 1 kill. You had Wildcats in 11th with 2 kills. You had World of Wonders in 12th with 4 kills. Respect Esports in 13th with 2 kills. Dark Esports in 14th with 1 kill. New Era in 15th with 2 kills. NOCHA in 16th with 3 kills. NGG in 17th with 2 kills. And last but not least was You Have in 18th with 0 kills. Man. Feel free to give the stream a like if you're enjoying these games, if you're enjoying my casting. It's greatly appreciated. Feel free to give me a subscribe on YouTube if you're watching, or a follow over on Twitch if you are also enjoying the stream and enjoying my casting. We are going to be getting into this final game of the day pretty damn soon. Before we do that, we are going to, of course, go on a break once again. I just have to set the timer so you guys know when I'm going to be back on your screens, and you can prepare and I can prepare. Man, I always say it. Great games, great scrims. These teams are giving us a lot of entertainment. So I will be back for game 4 in Erangel in less than 4 minutes. See you guys soon. we are back. Sorry about the slightly longer delay with the timer. I was typing a message into Google Translate as the chat would have seen, and just sending a message, because obviously I'm aware that like 98% of people watching the stream right now are from the CIS region. So thank you all for tuning in, and I wanted to kind of type that in the chat as an appreciation. Google Translate OP on the side now. Google Translate OP. Oh my lord. We're getting ready to get into our fourth and final game of today's Hate Scrims. Hate Pro Scrims. My name is ImPERium, and again, I hope you've been enjoying the game. So let's get into this final one, baby. Woo, 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 woo. We have a plane path that is more eastern than we saw in game one, to be fair. So definitely going to be a little bit harder for multiple teams. Unicorns of Love, NAVI, maybe even for Romanian Men a little bit. You know, won't be the worst for them, but it could be a little bit harder. Will we see two teams dropping in a military base again? Will somebody go to Novo? I know Unique liked to go to Novo in the past, so I don't know if they're going to go again. It could be, you know, just too obvious of a drop, and they're trying to find different drop spots that they can adapt to. It does seem like Unicorns of Love are going to go for that military island drop, similar to this side of Beyaz Isaac as well. So both going for similar drops to me. It seems like we might see then a little bit of a battle on the island or towards the edge of the island if both teams are looking for the same vehicles. Once again, Wildcats going to drop in Milta with NGG. NGG generally have the majority of the city to themselves. When I say to themselves, but in their control, whereas Fastplay Wildcats are have a little bit more of an isolated position. UoL going to take down one of the Fazer Clan players early on, so that's not good for Fazer Clan. They lose on right off the bat. For Romanian Men, going to grab a vehicle. Dexter, the star of the last game, getting 8 kills. They're going to most likely pick up his teammates and drive their way to the compound. It does seem like there's been no real confrontation between Beyaz, Isaac, and Unicorns of Law for now. However, NOCHA is going to battle up against Warlords in Milta Power. Actually, no, not quite. In Milta Power is just one of the areas off of Milta Power, and they lose Dale because of that. NAVI are dropping down outside of Milta. That is an interesting drop spot. I don't think I've ever seen them pull off this drop spot for quite a while. But again, these are scrims, so isn't it the right time to do that? Yes, it is. To be fair, it is. It's obviously a similar drop spot that we see from BTR. Rüya are wrapping around him. You also have Koze from Fazer Clan. Well, subbing in for Fazer Clan in these scrims. So with 3 members of NAVI kind of together, they do generally have a little bit more of a advantage in that regard. Didn't really talk too much about Phase 1, but Phase 1 does complement the plane path, to be fair. Meku now gonna join up in the farm area with his team, as the members of Rüya have definitely gone heavily into that compound. Damage being dealt onto Meku in a heavy manner to the point where he's gonna have to try and heal up. But now in comes the cavalry going for an early fight and farm against Rüya. And a bit of a lovely 2-2 split either side of this compound. Document is going to get knocked down. Tixie with some lovely sprays in the FPP mode. And he's going to get knocked down. However, Kitsune is going to return the job and return the fire. One thing that makes me think is, where's Rebellion in all of this? Why wasn't he really looking to respond off the back of that? Maybe he's just going to try and prone and hope he doesn't get spot out. But if I was NAVI, I'd be going, wait. That was only 3 knocks. There's still one more. Is he still here? Or is he further away? Yeah, Rebellion now going to get spotted. He goes for pre-fire shots. He gets one. At the end of the day, it is going to Kitsune to once again clean things up for NAVI, and they secure a squad wipe. Moving on over to the Milta battle between Fastpay Wildcats and NGG. No, you know what? There's nothing really to move over to because once again, Wildcats have been wiped out by NGG. Wildcats, you might want to rethink your drop spot when you're in scrims with NGG. You haven't too easy gonna battle in the side of Sosnovka military base. Outro is gonna be on his own. He's gonna get knocked down. And now it's gonna be up to Reflect to maybe pull out some sweet revenge. I can see you have winning this one. We'll tell you that much. I have a hell of a lot of notifications. Jesus. I did. Lovely shots by Reflect to get a knockdown onto Rude. Now it's going to be 1v1 pre-fire shots as he peeks up, and he looks to do a great job of cleaning this fight up. Smoke. Actually, no, he went for a little bit of a bait. FPP mode. Lovely, lovely, lovely by Reflect. Continue pressure prones down. Finds it on the outskirts of the smoke, and that's going to be 1v2 in the favor of Too Easy, and you have been shut down. NOCHA moved in to the direction of Warlords players and have found one of their players getting knocked down because of it. In the hills above, Warlords doing everything they can. Push back NOCHA. Greatly done indeed. And it won't be without losing a player, as Aragon is going to get eliminated. So call that a trade between the two teams. The one thing is that both these teams are still in the circle, so they don't have to really move from where they are. They can afford to take a little bit more time taking this fight. NAVI are going to... Actually, sorry, I thought Rüya were absolutely wiped out, but Rip was... Oh my god, new era and NAVI, new era and NAVI. Did New Era take out NAVI? Oh, I completely missed that one. I'm so sorry, guys, but New Era just came into farm compound and wiped out NAVI just like that. I apologize about that, but just completely blindsided me there. I think I got distracted by the fact that there's still another player, Rüya, in play. Man. Yeah. And then NOCHA are going to get pushed back in the direction of NGG, who have been able to get a double knockdown. And it's going to be a lender that's left standing. A lender is going to go for that revive on the outside. On the outside, just outside this door. Doorway comes on through. NGG strike once again, and they get more kills. 7 to kick off their final game of the day. Rip God. Man. Last player standing for Rüya. He finds a double knockdown on the outskirts of this farm compound. But I don't know if he's going to be able to make his way across that small field. If anything, he's actually only angering the beasts that are New Era evermore. Insane. I'm so sorry once again for missing that fight between New Era and NAVI. I just really wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't expecting it. Blue Zone of Phase 1 is closing in. You have 4 Romanian Men, Unique, and Fazer Clan all in the center of the circle. The one thing I fear about Unique is that they pretty much have a 1-1 split. Yeah, okay, Milky Way is now joining up with... I'll give that a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Could have been executed cleaner. However, landed on the wheels. Good stuff. So an HP doing a little bit of scouting for World of Wonders. Most likely will have his vehicle blowing up as he looks to try and jump out. He's going to get put down to just about 10 health. However, oh, I thought he was going to survive that, but Mind does a great job of getting those shots onto Sun HP, and that's going to be an unfortunate early kill for himself and leaves World of Wonders down to 3 players. There is a risk involved when you scout like that. One might say it was a late scouting from World of Wonders and he shouldn't have looked to, you know, gone in that direction. Common sense would have said teams would have been making their way over there already, especially considering how complimentary the playing path was to the circle. Dark Esports, 1337, a clash between the compound and the high ground fires on through. Dark was out in the open. He looked to take those shots onto 1337, but recognizing that it would have been too hard for him to stay there, he disengages into the compound that the rest of his team are in. So nicely played by Dark. Recognizing when you're in the wrong position is always important, but oh my god, Uyank nearly knocked down. Oh, fantastic spray by El Chapo. The good thing is that 1337 have such a lovely potential spread and flank positions with the high ground and with that open area. However, the risk is that at the end of the day it is still out in the open, so World of Wonder in theory could third party them. Respect are now going to push in. That is a absolutely incredibly late and wild rotation from Respect. I really don't like that. It's silly, it's too risky, and yeah, it doesn't make sense. Phase 2 pops up and it stays over on the western side. If anything, it shrinks as much to the west. If anything, it shrinks more away from the west than it does from the east, so it's going to be even harder. Of course, Shelter Prison still in play, and you have the logging cabin going down. Rip God once again being a thorn in the side for New Era, stopping them from rotating away, but he steps up too soon. Whammy comes into Whammy. Last player away from this lobby. Now they can think about moving in. I like the fact that Unique at least kind of have 2 of their players joined up. However, I would still like to see them be as a full squad on the compound that Frozen holds on to, or even a 2-2 split between Mansion and the compound that Frozen holds on to. Frozen would be able to get information on Mansion and how clear it is, so I think it would be quite good for them. But Gonzo is going to wrap around and going to look for the shots onto Respect. Flame is going to find Sexy all the while on that fight that is breaking out between 1337 and Dark Esports. Keep an eye on that Milky Way in the back line as well. Well, not back line, but the sideline further away. Gonzo going for a bit of a risky shot as 1337 indeed continue on to make that push and clean out the members of Dark Esports. Not quite done just yet, as we do still have 1 player up for Dark Esports. That is Snowy. Oh my lord. Yeah, nice shots with the Thompson. He found 1. Kind of technically found another with a pre-grenade. Actually found a 3rd. But in the end, that manpower proves to be too much, and that is going to be the end of Dark Esports. Valiant effort from Snowy in the end. It is what it is. Warlords going to be in a compound just to the hills outside of prison. Up with just 2 players. They seem to lose players early on in quite a lot of these scrim games, and that worries me. Unicorns of Love feeding pressure on the western side of Prison Hills. I really don't like that position, to be honest. I think it's very risky. It's out in the open. It's at risk. The fear of getting kind of third-partied or shot from the other side of on the western side is just, in my opinion, not good. It's not worth it. You are finally able to move away from farm. Warlords backfire does get a knock onto Zessie of World of Wonders. That's very valuable for them controlling their compound inside this circle. I don't know if Zessie is going to be able to be revived as well. He's across the road, so technically he can. He seems to be behind a rock, but I don't know if Enjoy7 or Himiski want to take that risk, to be fair. They might want to. It might be just worth kind of going, yeah, you're the sacrificial lamb, my friend. You got too close. You got burned. Still unique as a full squad in a very unique 1-1, 1-1 position. Talk about testing yourself. That is definitely testing yourself. New era coming up from the Login Cabin Hills, wrapping around the side of Beyaz ışık. Could be coming in behind Unicorns of Love again. It's on the high ground of Prison Hills. And Prison Hills is one of those hills where there's nearly always a team. There's nearly always a higher ground, but Whammy is gonna is gonna get knocked down from one of the players of Beyaz ışık. So that's good for Beyaz ışık. It was a 3-1 split, so that risk was always going to be there. And the Whammy, it might be a little bit of a bait as the shots are going to be sprayed on through. And Yasha is now going to wrap around to possibly go for that revive. And the Whammy, no, he recognizes that it's not really worth it. That player is going to be lost, and now he's going to join back up with the rest of his team. Warlords Mooney, absolutely fantastic job of pushing back teams around them, considering they're only a 2-man team, and knocked down onto NGG. NGG hold on to the eastern side of Prison Hills, and again, it's a risky spot. Yeah, it's probably less risky than Unicorns of Laws, but we've just seen the risk is still there. World of Wonders did indeed get that revive on to Zessie, so they're still up as a 3-man team, opting to disengage away from that potential fight against Warlords and moved up north. The next phase is going to show up. Where is it going to go? It is going to center up extremely nicely around the shelter, prison, login, cabin, hills, plus mansion is still in play, and Unique might want to go on to that. 1337 off the back of taking out Dark Esports, rotate onto that compound overlooking mansion. It's a very, very open area between Respect and 1337. So 4 Romanian Men is going to send Rana forward. As a scout, he's gonna probably get caught up by the side of Unique. No, nearly. One of his wheels gets blown up, which means he has to move away. He's out in the open, and yeah, okay, the whole squad are there. They're gonna go for a 2-2 split, but Frozen is gonna find him. Can Dexter do something with that on the Prison Hills? No, he's actually gonna full send it away. More in the direction of NGG. Again, going in blind. Like, why are you going so deep, so blind? It's so silly. They have to get out. For now, they're still alive. Banger is going to get knocked down. He went a bit too deep. Where's the response of the rest of NGG? That should have been an instant response from all of NGG. Maybe there's a little bit of tunnel vision there, but there's no way that Banger shouldn't have gotten knocked down without a counter knock. Sushi able to join back up with Dexter and Aimbot. Iske playing on the high ground, finds Dexter, who's prone down, utilizing that extra high ground that they do have as an advantage. But Itachi needs to do something. Yeah, he's playing on the high ground of that rock, but I just feel like it's not enough pressure. Hiske's the one that's applying the pressure, but now Itachi might be able to find the shots. Now he might be able to shine. It's enough to get the revive onto Banger. It's enough to keep themselves up as a full squad. Have they not got grenades? I know they threw out a couple early on, but come on, all it's going to take is 1 or 2 golden grenades, and that's going to be the end of 4 Romanian Men. This engagement needs to be closed out sooner rather than later, because it's not going to get any easier as the blue zone of phase 3 is closing on up. Yeah, I know they're trying to keep an eye on the teams around them, and they're trying not to get tunnel vision, and I can respect that. NGG, and they might want to go, might not want to go too deep down the hill because of Warlords, but if 4 Romanian Men aren't getting punished by Warlords, I can imagine that them pushing in won't punish Warlords. It won't punish NGG either, but in the end, 4 Romanian Men are going to disengage away and go down the Prison Hills and actually send aimbot into prison, which, hey, it's a sensible play to go for considering you're just down to 2 players. It might not be the best late game, but either way, it is still a sensible decision. 1337 rotated from the compound away from Mansion into Mansion, which of course makes complete sense. Still a lot of teams on the southern hills. New Era wrapping around logging cabins still on the southern side of this phase 3. Of course, still within the vicinity of Beyaz ışık, who've been kind of a bit of a thorn in their side. Phase 4 shifts up north and World of Wonders breathe a sigh of relief. Man, once again, just like in phase 1, the circle goes in their favor. They've been gifted by the PUBG Mobile gods, and now Unique are going to wrap around Mansion still as a full squad to go into the compound outside the west. It's on that low ground. It's not the best compound, but it's a compound pretty well inside the circle nonetheless. World of Wonders have all the advantage on the roof, on the high ground, overlooking all these teams up north. I think they're pretty confident that there's no team to the north of them. However, all it would take is a really harsh wraparound from one of these teams, a dynamic wraparound to make that work. Unicorns of Love and NGG battling on up, as we do see. Agon, I think, is just the last player standing for their side. Can he find NGG with the DP28? There's a lot of damage. New Era coming in as well to kind of somewhat third party this, and Agon might be thinking, hey, you do the work, I'll clean up the pieces. Hiske is now the only one surviving in that tiny little shack that he can call his home. Oh, how quickly he's going to get pushed out of his home. Possibly a good thing for Hiske is if Yasha and the rest of New Era goes closer to that shack, we could see... Actually, no, sorry, Agon got taken out, so that is going to be the end of Unicorns of Love. Shit, I didn't even realize that. I thought he was still going in this game, so that doesn't spell good for Hiske. Now, of course, New Era are taking their time a little bit to push on to that. That's, of course, making a bit of noise. Lovely play. Yasha is going to try and go for the bait in some way, shape, or form to send Hiske out in a direction. Now the man advantage is going to prove too much. The squad wipe is going to be fired on up. A New Era are 9 kills in this game. Very, very good kill game for New Era, showing their strength, showing their worth. Warlords once again with those shots. It's also going to see Beyaz ışık, although they are indeed taking a bit of a fight against Respect. There's a third party that is not helping their efforts. Rock is deep in the center of the circle, so there's no way, shape, or form he's getting those revives. 1337 actually wrapping around. You also have Respect in play. Respect is going to come in. That's going to be lovely from El Chapo. The circle shifts away, though. It is going to center up. It's going to go into favor of Team Unique, who are still a full squad. World of Wonders, who are a 3-man team, and I believe Grok is just on the southern edge of the circle. A lovely wraparound from Fazer Clan to actually be on the edge of Lipovka. Yes, okay, they're not in the circle, but they are kind of away from the rest of the teams where the eastern side is relatively unoccupied. That's where New Era are going to look to take advantage of that, as well as they are going to send their way in to the edge of the circle. UBL taking his time, not going too far into the edge. Of course, head of the tip of the hill. 1337 going up against Unique. They're getting gate kept quite heavily by Unique, who have finally joined up as a full squad and making that work. You do still have Jekyll of Respect left standing. El Chapo against Jekyll. Uzi going up against AKM, and it's the AKM that comes out on top. But more importantly, it's El Chapo that comes out on top. It's 1337 that comes out on top, and they may not be in the circle, but they're certainly doing themselves no harm by getting that kill and keeping themselves up as a 3-man team. They have 13 seconds to loot up, move it, and boot it into the circle and find some form of golden position. I thought New Era would be able to actually get into the circle before Fazer Clan, but it was indeed a very fast, sure-paced push from Fazer Clan, where New Era, I wouldn't say hesitated, but because it was just Yasha, he was just unconfident of going into the circle on his own again over the lip of the hill. Gonzo on the 4 Romanian Men. That's going to be the end of them. Just like that, Warlords gatekeeping 1337, sending them outside the circle. But 1337 are going in blind. They're going in blind. They're going to have to stop dead on the edge of the circle, face the brunt of the blue zone. El Chapo's going to find those shots, find those sprays, prone down. Does indeed take down one member of New Era, but because of the blue zone, that's going to be the end of 1337. And New Era can kind of go, hey, we may lost on, but take care of them. Bye-bye now. Koze chucks up a grenade, and Yasha has to be aware of that. He's going to be put down to about 25 health. Uses a first aid. Koze, the last player for Fazer Clan. He is getting third party by World of Wonders up on the compound, the top of the hill that's still in the circle of this phase 6. He reacts extremely well because New Era were trying to heal up. They can't take advantage of that. Unique now going to play around, going to face up against Warlords. Warlords, they're down to just Mooney and Backfire. Backfire on the higher ground, Mooney on the lower ground, but Mooney is on very low health. Galchnok does indeed find Koze. So that is going to be another kill in the favor of New Era with an AWM no less. The separation from Warlords is good in the sense of it stops them being punished by multiple grenades, but the risk is that there's no real support if one of them gets knocked down. New Era, I believe, taking shots towards Backfire, and it is going to be Frozen that comes in play to get that knockdown, to get that kill. And that was Mooney, the last player, is somewhat trying to gatekeep the side of Unique around the smokes. He's going to find those shots, find those sprays, as Frozen is most likely going to go down to the play zone. Not quite, indeed, it is Mooney that comes in to get that knockdown on the Frozen, but there's still 3 other Team Unique players as Mooney with the prone down push gets 1, gets 2. I think it's a bit of a third party from the side of World of Wonders that is really punishing the side of Team Unique as Mind is left on his own. A grenade is going to get chucked up. Mooney indeed does get taken out off the back of that Molotov. Beautiful. But the damage is a lot. I actually thought it was just Mind left standing, but it was actually Frozen, I think, and Frozen got the revive onto Gonzo, and Gonzo's getting the revive onto Milky Way. That's going to leave Team Unique as a full squad. We also lost New Era, so we're down to our final 2 teams, and with the circle finally going away from World of Wonders for the first time since they held themselves atop of this position. They move away, and Joy7 going to be down on that low ground. He knows he's being spotted out. Grenades are being flying out in all directions. I don't think he has much utility. However, Hamiski on an off angle flanks around is going to find Milky Way. That's going to stop it. That's going to make it 3v3. Mind and Frozen going up against Hamiski and Zessi on one side with Gonzo behind a tree. Going to have to be aware that Enjoy 7 is down on that dip. Stalemate on phase 7 as both teams found a way inside the circle. The blue zone is hitting it, and phase 8 is going to be definitely deciding probably the fate of this game, no less. Frozen finds Zessi. Enjoy 7 and Hamiski, the final 2 players of World of Wonders, join up together. Mind Frozen, Gonzo, and Milky Way just really blanketing both teams. Enjoy 7 with the Groza gets a double knockdown on the Frozen and Mind to make it a 2v2. The battle's not over as World of Wonders look to bookend Today, Scrims with the chicken dinner. Each game on both the Erangels. But my lord, Enjoy 7 walks into the fire, walks into the flames, drives into the end of his life. Emiski now gonna take a 1v2. He's on the low ground, which is in favor somewhat. The pre-fire shot, but it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough as Team Unique win game 4 in Erangel. Woohoo, baby. Team Unique. For like so much of that game, Team Unique were like separated as a 1-1-1-1, and would they pull that in competitive? Possibly. Would they get punished for that in competitive? Possibly. But did they join up as a full squad when they needed to? 100% yes. Would they have gotten punished more heavily if there was more Warlords players left in that position? Most likely, yes. However, that doesn't matter to them. It shouldn't matter to them. That's Warlords' fault for not keeping more players alive in the early game. Either way, a great effort from World of Wonders to finish second as well, with our third place team being Warlords. What an absolutely fantastic way to end the game. Again, I will say, I don't think I've really seen that kind of circle finish in competitive or even scrims, to be fair. Like, we've seen it end around Prison. We've seen it end around Shelter, but we've never really seen it end kind of that up north of Shelter and Prison, right? We've never really seen it end there, and it's a very interesting area for the circle to end in, because it's so, in my opinion, it's kind of so drastically high ground and low ground from where World of Wonders were and where Team Unique were. It's just so different in that regard. You have that kind of valley in between. So yeah, really good stuff. That was a clean finish, as Rob's in the Twitch chat said, a clean finish from the side of Team Unique. As I run through the scores of the final game, Unique with a chicken dinner on the final game, getting a hefty load of kills, 7, 7, 4, 11 kills for themselves. World of Wonders finishing second, only 2 kills, but then again, they didn't have to get more kills. Plus, the compound they were in is the kind of compound that, one, you don't have to control, because you're always going to see a team breaching so heavily, and 2, a team isn't really going to want to compound breach that, because on their way up, they're so easily spotted. Could 1337 have wrapped around the north? Yeah, but then again, hindsight's 2020, right? They didn't know that. They just didn't know that. Was it maybe lower percentages freer? Yeah. But getting there could have been so much harder, and I kind of get why they didn't. Warlords finishing third with 3 kills. New Era in fourth, getting 6 and 3, 9, 10, 11, 12 kills. You had Fazer Clan in fifth with 1 kill. You had 1337 in 6th with 7 kills. 4 Romanian Men in 7th with 1 kill. You had the side of Beyaz Işık in 8th with 2 kills. You had Respect Esports in 9th with 3 kills. You had NGG in 10th with 9 kills. Unicorns 11 in 11th with 4 kills. Too Easy in 12th with 4 kills. Dark Esports in 13th with 0 kills. Rüya in 14th with 0 kills. NOCHA in 15th with 1 kill. NAVI in 16th with 3 kills. You have in 17th with 3 kills. And the side of Wildcats in 18th with 0 kills. Man, a juicy set of games, to say the least. A juicy set of games, to say the least. Of course, thank you all for tuning in to these scrims. I really appreciate you all just, you know, watching and supporting your teams and supporting PUBG Mobile. It really does mean a lot. Thank you to Hate Gaming for organizing these scrims. Cream, Lyra, Daisy, Dion, all of them are fantastic. They do a hell of a lot of work, you know, all for the passion of organizing scrims for the teams, for you guys. So really kick ass. Thank you to everybody for tuning in between Twitch and YouTube. You guys are kick ass. You can follow me on Instagram if you like at EVT_ImPERium. It's the same on Twitter if you happen to use Twitter. That's EVT_ImPERium. Of course, follow, subscribe, like, whatever you want is always appreciated. But at the end of the day, I do this because I love it, because I want to put on a show for you guys. Any feedback, feel free to send me a message. Otherwise, you all have a fantastic evening, a fantastic day, a fantastic night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, stay awesome, and I will see you guys another day.